is enticing when they're playing bad DBs because you know they're going to break free for something. So that might be a back pocket player to play versus their.
And all it takes is one deep catch, and
right, you put up 12, 15 points just like that. So I feel you. I can see that. I can see. I guess.
I mean, like you said,
I just
it's
hate
back
him.
pocket.
I hate. I feel. You. I hate him. Okay, I don't like Martavius Bryant as a receiver. On top of that, the talent around him and the game plans that they've been using. Even though I thought he may do a little better there, Jordy emerging better than I originally assumed. Jared Cook.
I mean,
being
but
the favorite
all their
target.
wide receivers been up and down. Cooper hasn't been really doing nothing.
Cooper is every other week. Like
that's what I'm saying. So you never know who's gonna shine in that team.
it's true. It's true. I mean, it's a good look. It's a good try. I mean, I ain't doubting you.
I mean, if you're desperate,
True. If you're desperate, I believe he will put points on the board for you if you need 5. No.
I don't know, man. I never been like. I think I was a Martavius Bryant fan a few years back when he was playing in Pittsburgh. But I think that those speedy receivers, I know we say speed, but at the same time, he's a straight ahead. He's just a straight runner.
Yeah.
So he's not going to hit you on routes. He's going to hit you on the deep ball where you probably had dude missed the press and he beat him off the line and he got past that. You know what I mean?
Right.
He got past that defensive back. But I think most DBs in the league prefer to check those type of receivers. That's not the best at running routes. You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
So I think that's why you don't see a consistent amount of numbers from him. I mean, I guess it depends on what's out there on the waiver wire.
You know who the best speedy receiver is?
Tyreek Hill.
Tyreek Hill. He's the one that actually produces, even though you can describe him the same way you describe a Martavius Bryant or a Tavon Austin or something like that. He's the only one who produces. How does he do it?
Because the best corner's not checking him.
And then I think it's also he ran routes. Because I would put Antonio Brown in there to an extent, you know what I mean? But Antonio Brown is a route runner.
Yeah,
so he's not just constantly running fades and goes and streaks. He's actually out there running routes. So I think that, I don't know, I'm not a big Martavius Bryant fan because I've seen him burn people in the past. And that's another thing that I always consider when looking at somebody on the waiver wire. I would go with a young, hungry rookie as opposed to somebody who has the past few years haven't really performed in terms of fantasy points.
Right. Well, I mean, I feel the same way as far as Martavius Bryant, but it does make me think about Moncrief. What's his name? Dante
Moncrief.
Dante Moncrief. Made me think about that guy. I talked about him last week. I feel like at some point in time, I'm going to recall his name again for one of our segments next week or something like that, because I think he's going to turn some things around, but it's yet to be seen. But anyway, yeah, Martavius Bryant, that's your back pocket player. I get you. That's how you feel. Lasell don't really agree. I'm neither here nor there. I wouldn't take the chances on him. I think it's other options. I just think it's other options, and the payoff is not going to be as big as you're thinking.
Exactly. Like I would consider him a boomer bust.
Yeah.
So you take the risk and you gamble and you hit big and he give you a lot of points, or you take the risk and he's going to do about 3 points.
Man.
Well, that's why they call me T Money, man. So,
that's why they call him T Money, people.
I guarantee he's going to get at least 10 points this week.
Ooh, you know this is recorded, right?
I know.
All right. We all know this is recorded.
Next week. We're going to have you on next week.
We're going to have to call you. Definitely going to have to call you out next week.
With the fantasy points.
Yeah. All right. I got one more back pocket player for y'all. Deonta, you and your auntie Foreman.
Just sound the words out. You have to sound them out and then play the word together.
The auntie Foreman.
My son is going through, like, he's reading too. He just started. Do a blend. Do a blend. Sound it out.
Deonta Foreman
together.
Nigga, the dude coming off for Texas, that's gonna be backing up Lamar Miller, who I think is gonna start moving. He's gonna be getting the snaps. He's gonna play into the snap count. And I like he's one of those aggressive runners. He's pretty fast. Last year, when he started getting some plays, he produced. and he started to eat into Lamar Miller's snaps. I think the same thing is going to happen this year, given that Lamar Miller's going through the things he's going through. Alfred Blue hasn't, stepped up to the plate like he should.
That's where you're wrong, Ahmad. He balled out against Dallas.
Yeah.
He balled the fuck out, actually.
Yeah.
Alfred Blue?
Yes.
Yeah, I know. He had one good game.
So I think he's gonna jump him.
Alfred Blue. You think Alfred Blue is going to sustain?
He's going to be the second string.
No.
I don't agree with that one. I just because again, you have to consider the history of these players.
Mm-hmm.
So Alfred Blue been a backup running back since
his whole career.
Adrian Foster was down there.
Mm-hmm.
And he wasn't doing shit then. And Adrian was hurt every other week his last couple years in the league. With his last couple years with Tennessee.
So that's one game from Blue.
But he went to the Jets and he played pretty good for them.
Who?
What's his face?
Adrian Foster.
Foster. He went to the Jets and played pretty good.
Yeah. Well, see, no, it's not. Honestly, he's always been one of my favorite players.
He just can't stay healthy.
He can't stay healthy, right? So in terms of fantasy, I learned early out of loyalty. I was like, I got to start drafting this dude. But no, when he's healthy and he hit the field, he balls out.
It's true. But as far as who's going to succeed,
Alfred Blue, I don't know. I don't think he's going to jump Foreman for the.
I think Foreman's going to outwork him and perform better on his opportunities than Blue is going to. Blue, I almost picked him up. I'm not even gonna lie. I know what you're saying because I almost picked him up off the waivers last week, and I was thinking about it, and I was like, this not gonna sustain. It's not gonna stay this way. Lamar Miller will come back, and Alfred Blue will go back to being who he was, even if he does have a good week. And that's just off of starter purposes and his lineup. How he comes out in the lineup. As far as him performing, you wasn't betting money that he was going to do that to Dallas.
No, I wouldn't.
You wouldn't bet. You know what I'm saying? I'm not going to bet money he's going to do it to whoever they play next week. But Foreman, I think he creates more opportunity with his touches.
Who's the better catcher?
That's a good question. I don't think I have.
The way Blue was catching against Dallas, I didn't know he can catch like that.
True. That's true. That's something that I didn't see, and I don't necessarily have the stats on Foreman to say that he will be a better catcher or be used in the passing game. But
I say Foreman's a better Madden player than Blue and Lamar Miller.
Right. So I don't know, man. I don't know. I'm calling him back pocket, and it's somebody has to emerge, and I think Lamar Miller's time is waning, and either one of those two guys is going to emerge. So I'm putting Foreman in my back pocket. Somebody probably already got Blue. If you got Blue, hold on to him. And the next 2 weeks to tell who's really the. I think this next game is going to tell because he's coming back fresh this week. So we're going to see about it. Man. That's my back pocket player. Deonta Foreman, go look at him.
Put it deep in your back pocket, man. Don't tell my
real
man.
Deep. You just think, all right, we're going to see. What we going to see? I appreciate these challenges right here. This guy is questioning the winner. The positive win-loss category against the loss-win category. You suck. You suck.
Injuries.
I got one more for a back pocket player. He's kind of been a personal favorite of mine in terms of his athleticism and the performance he give on the field. I would say Tyler Gabriel. I thought he was going to be the number 2 receiver in Chicago, but apparently he's been he leads the team in targets. Now he's only averaging just 8.8 yards per catch, and this week they are playing Miami, who really only allows 274 yards per game. But that's the reason he a back pocket player is because I would still hold on to him for the amount of targets. He's a baller. I think he's going to show up every week. He stay healthy. And, I just watched him burn defenses, man. And then you got the coming schedule that they actually have going forward. So after Miami, you got New England, who secondary is trash right now because of injuries. You got the Jets, Buffalo, and Detroit. So, I might drop him after that, but he got a pretty good schedule in terms of who they playing. So he's somebody that I was gonna hold on to. He's on my bench now, and I was debating on if I wanted to drop him for David Moore And I don't know, man. I think Tyler Gabriel's definitely a back pocket player.
Let me ask
And
you
if you
this:
have him,
do you think he's like my back pocket, just like a speedster, or is he really a true wide receiver?
I think he's a true wide receiver. And I say that only because I got on Tyler. I got hit to Tyler Gabriel. I want to say the season before last,
In
right?
Atlanta?
In Atlanta,
Yeah.
yeah. It was a stint where Mohamed Sanu was hurt, and he started seeing more targets. And then for whatever reason, he was finding Matt Ryan. Matt Ryan was finding him consistently in the end zone for probably like 5-6 straight weeks. No lie. When I watched Tyler Gabriel in the Super Bowl playing the Patriots, and he ran a post, but he did a fake like he was going to slant. I mean, his fucking stutter step was so hard that it you can YouTube this, no lie. It broke. I think it was Talib. Talib was checking him. Malcolm Butler was checking him. Broke Malcolm down, bro. He ended up catching the post because he was wide open. Like, my man is fast and he run routes. Like, I think the kid is nice. Like, I'm a bit of a fan.
Nah, I like him too. I believed him when he was in Atlanta. I was like, okay, he's good. And coming out to Chicago, the only thing that was holding him down was Trubisky, and he's working that out. So he's definitely worth a look.
I agree 100%. That's why he's a bad pocket player. If Trubisky steps up and give an ounce of that performance that he gave, that six touchdown performance he gave, last week?
Yeah, against the Bucks. Come on, man, that's not going to happen. Never again in the season.
Oh, we already said that. We said
no.
That was his ceiling.
That 6 touchdowns is not going to happen again in the season. However, if he just give an ounce of that type of performance to where, I mean, the secondaries that he's playing after Miami is susceptible to, at least half of that performance. As long as he stay mobile and he's actually making smart decisions and reading the field and reading the defenses, a lot of this goes off Trubisky. Just like any wide receiver, the performance of the wide receiver is going to go off of who's taking the snaps. If Trubisky steps up and he's playing Sunday and he's bringing his A game, I think Tyler Gabriel is definitely somebody that you want to hold on to.
True indeed. I agree with all of that. All right, so any more back pocket players, or let's move on. Let's go ahead and move on to these catfish. These mugs out here acting like, looking like, talking like, but ain't really doing much. The people that's tricking you, the ones that you think are out here ready to perform, yet they never put up the stuff that they're selling. They're selling wolf tickets. Daddy used to say that. You selling wolf tickets out here, boy. Wolf ticket. You never heard of wolf tickets, son? Anyway.
Nah, I heard it.
It's for my older listeners there, man. All right,
just some old man shit.
Hell yeah, I never heard that in my life.
You need a little bit of old man soul to get you through some things. Sometimes they got some wisdom, but
it's just some shit that motherfuckers say they got a lot of keys on them.
Exactly. They always got a deep ass raspy voice. Sound like they've been smoking for 33 years and they about 40 pounds overweight. Wolf ticket. All right, so who we got for these catfish players? Anybody? I got one.
Okay, all right.
My catfish player, probably a little controversial. Corey Davis.
Oh man,
Corey Davis
from Tennessee. You're looking at Corey Davis trying to get Mariota, who's more than likely to run it in himself than pass the fucking ball. Don't get me wrong. Corey Davis is having a decent year. Tennessee is not having a decent year. Corey Davis is the number one receiver out there, outright. Understandable. Mariota and the Tennessee cannot string together enough running game or enough pocket protection for Mariota to do what he needs to do, which is going to make his wide receivers suffer more, and they're not going to win too many games this year. So I think Corey Davis, believing in him and trying to start him as one of your wide receiver twos, if you put him in a flex, maybe